your label maker is holding you back. The tiny screen, fixed fonts, awkward borders, and narrow tape are fine for a filing cabinet, but useless when you want a product label, jar sticker, shipping badge, or branded package that actually looks designed. Here is how to make any label as a crisp, editable SVG instead. Most label workflows trap the design inside a printer app or flatten it into a small image. Then the text cannot be edited, the logo turns soft, the border breaks when resized, and every new label becomes another manual rebuild. The printer should be the final output device, not the place where your design lives. SVG Genie turns a plain English brief into editable vector label artwork. Describe the shape, wording, hierarchy, border, icon, palette, and final use. You get a real SVG master that stays sharp, can be recolored, and can feed a home printer, professional print shop, website, packaging mockup, or cutting machine. I checked 12 replacement topics after the daily queue ran out. Data for SEO shows Label Maker at about 74,000 monthly US searches with keyword difficulty around 11. The current YouTube results are dominated by handheld printer reviews. The missing promise is custom label design with clean, reusable SVG source. This workflow covers pantry labels, product stickers, candle jars, coffee bags, cosmetics, shipping boxes, return address labels, event badges, bottle labels, storage bins, price tags, and equipment markers. The visual can change completely while the same clean vector master keeps every size consistent. Start with the job. For example, make a premium oval label for a small batch cold brew bottle. Include the name Night Shift Coffee, the phrase Slow Steeped, a simple moon and coffee bean icon, and room for a 12-ounce line. Ask for a transparent background and editable SVG output. Then give it art direction, bold condensed lettering, cream and deep violet, a double-line border, high contrast, balanced spacing, no tiny details, and a silhouette that still reads at 2 inches wide. Clear constraints turn a generic sticker into a label that feels intentional. Few seconds later, you have a complete vector label set. The type, border, icon, and color regions stay sharp at every size. You can edit the copy, change the palette, add a batch number, export a transparent PNG, or send the SVG directly into the rest of your production workflow. Compare the masters. A printer app label is locked to one device and one tape size. A PNG is locked to one pixel grid. An SVG keeps the geometry editable, so the same label can become a jar sticker, a box seal, a web graphic, and a large sign without being rebuilt. Use this prompt formula. Name the label type and product. Provide the exact words in order of importance. Define the shape, palette, typography, mood, border, and icon. State the smallest final size. Finally, request clean editable SVG, strong contrast, generous margins, and no details too fine to print. Good labels are hierarchy, not decoration. The product name should win first, the variant or benefit second, and practical details third. Limit the number of type styles, leave air around the edge, and make sure the design still works in one color before adding a richer palette. Always test at physical size. Print one sample at 100%, trim it, place it on the real container, and check legibility from a normal viewing distance. Watch for borders that sit too close to the cut line, thin strokes that disappear, and colors that lose contrast on the chosen material. Once the structure works, generate a family instead of one orphan label. Keep the shape, border, and type system consistent, then swap the flavor name, icon, and accent color. That gives a product line coherence without forcing every item to look identical. Because the output is SVG, designers can refine it in Figma or Illustrator, developers can place it on a product page, print teams can scale it without asking for a larger file, and makers can import it into Cricut or Silhouette software. One source asset serves the entire launch. The search demand is large, but the YouTube results mostly sell hardware. That creates a much sharper promise. Do not settle for the designs a handheld label maker allows. Build the exact label your product needs, keep the source editable, and choose the printer afterward. You can try SVG Genie free with no credit card required. After that, credit packs start at $9 with no subscription to cancel. If one editable label system replaces repeated layout work or makes a product look ready for a shelf, the value is immediate. So stop designing around the limits of a tiny label maker. Go to svggenie.com, describe the label your product actually deserves, generate a crisp editable SVG, test it at real size, and keep one vector master for every package, printer, green, and future variation.